Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments and experiences below. And as per usual, guys, happiness is always the goal. All right. So I think that's good. So we are reading for our life path 33s. I was definitely getting some energy that you guys have taken on too much. You have taken on the responsibility of somebody else's energy, whether you feel to blame for something that they specifically did, or if it's like, okay, I really want you to heal and I'm going to stay with you until you're better. It definitely feels like your energy is being taken advantage of. So for our, excuse me, for our second quarter, for our master life paths, I do encourage you to look at your regular life path 6. But for our master life paths, we are looking at the missteps that you took in the first quarter and then the focus over this next quarter, which is the second quarter of the year. Um, what was I about to say? Right. So for the song that I got for you guys was Corinne Bailey, Like a Star. And then for your first quarter, I got stuck in a cycle of wanting to solve or fix this person, but they're keeping you attached. So basically, with them, what it feels like is just one problem after another. As soon as one thing is solved, they're pulling you into something else, and that you guys need to really put a real good focus to your peace. Nothing is more important than your peace is your mental, physical, emotional balance. Um, wow, these cards got all mixed up. So anyway, let's get into this. All right. So for the second quarter, I got that you guys need to focus on things that you can control, get your footing back. So pretty much anything that has you like really questioning what's going on in life, anything that's not like for sure, anything that's kind of like up in the air, you guys are going to need to avoid over this next the next 3 months. And it's not going to be easy, but this is how you're going to gain some of your confidence back. All right, I'm just fixing these cards because however I fucking shuffled them last time, they're all upside down and whatnot. So let's pull this up a little bit more, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. So, Master Life Path 33, you receive clear communication from your guides' intuition. From your guides and intuition, excuse me. You're able to communicate effectively. You are a teacher. So, um, you have to realize, like I tell you guys with all of my leaders, every leader, it doesn't matter what you lead and how you lead. The only thing you can do is plant the seeds. You can't force somebody to take your advice. You can't force somebody to act a certain way. And sometimes it's better to not stick around when somebody is consistently and constantly doing the wrong thing. So I did pull a chakra wisdom card for you. Let me see if this makes it better. I hate when it's crooked because it kind of like gets on my nerves here. Is that better? No, that's worse. Okay, I think that's better. Sixth chakra. Okay, this is for y'all. Number 6. This your life path number. I am open to understanding the spiritual truths behind the situations occurring in my life right now. I offer my wisdom to assist others along the path. Guys, they are Spirit is talking to you directly. I trust in a higher source to guide me when I help others who ask for my guidance. I practice discernment and listen deeply within for the truth. I choose to respond rather than just reacting to situations, acting with clarity, courage, and conviction. All right, so you guys are going to run across people who want your help, um, but they don't necessarily deserve it in the way that they're asking. Like, it's perfectly fine, for instance, for somebody who is on drug to ask for assistance in quitting those drugs, right? But you can't be responsible for getting them those drugs. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's okay. And I'm not judging anybody on drugs. We all have our, convictions and things that we're supposed to overcome in life. Damn, this lighter is not working. But that doesn't mean that I have to personally support anything crazy, because you can't. You just can't. That is not the reason that spirit gave you that gift. And I know that is an extreme. It's an extreme example. But at the end of the day, we do run into things that we would. It's like you don't feel bad about it. I don't know. Basically, you run into people asking you to do the wrong thing. I think that's the best way um, to clarify that. And even though it may feel like it's something small, it is a buildup of negative things to come in the future. So let's get some cards on your first quarter of this year. So we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay, so you guys may have this may be a situation where you are doing some kind of project with this person. So if you guys are working, or if you created some kind of business or something like that, you are working with this person and you guys are creating, right? You may struggle with this person listening to you. I I used to own a bar, right, with someone who liked to do illegal things. So I'm gonna say this: when you partner up with somebody, you better know who the hell you're partnering up with, because they will drag you into the dust and into the dirt. I am telling you. They will take you through all of this shit just because they want to do it, and just because they feel like they can and they're gonna get away with it, and all of those things. All right, so we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. You guys have been thinking about breaking off this partnership with this person. We got a bunch of sets of 3 here, so I do get that 3 again. Is a very important number for you guys, even though we have it right here in the 33. 3, to me right now, it represents working together. 3 is a number of communication and creativity, right? So you guys have that like vibrating twice, double. So I do feel like you guys are struggling with. It's almost like, okay, well, I know that I'm supposed to do this, right? But the way that they're doing it, kind of shady, kind of crooked. Maybe they are more experienced in whatever it is than you are. But at the end of the day, they're just not doing the right thing. And that's like absolutely not fair to you in any type of way. Love, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I do think that you guys are committed to that. But the issue with that is letting things slide. So you might be like, okay, yeah, this is bad. This is just like when people have family members who are criminals, right? If it was a stranger on the street, they would be like, oh yeah, lock this person up, throw away the key, like penalize they ass. But when it's their family, they're like, oh no, you don't know them. They're very loving. They're not really like that. This is just a one-off. Blah 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 blah. When the truth is, people just are who they are. It doesn't matter if they're related to you or you don't know them from a can of paint. So, you guys like to put a lot of weight and stock in people's past, put a lot of weight in what people like their potential. You guys, you guys are very empathetic. So you put a lot of weight in what other people feel, and so when someone knows that, hey, if I feel bad, this person is going to just, go along with it, whatever the case may be, they may Be a little bit manipulative. They may try to lead you into some kind of moment or place or thing using manipulation. And that's just not somebody that you want to be around. And it's also not somebody that you can respect. Okay, let's pull some more cards. We got the Ace of Wands here. You see how that I ain't do that on purpose, but decision is just right there. Then we got the Nine of Pentacles. Um, so I feel like this is somebody who, first of all, you were assigned to them to teach them. The lesson is over, y'all. You stand around to make sure they go through with the lesson and all of that. That's not your job. So you absolutely were assigned to them. You absolutely were supposed to teach them whatever it is that you taught them. It's time to let that bird fly. I do think that whatever situation this is, this person is kind of trying to push you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And it's kind of like in a way that would leave you with nothing, right? So a lot of times we get like financial manipulation. I don't really feel like this is a romantic situation, but it could be. Um, but I'm going to use a romantic situation as an example. A lot of times when people are in toxic relationship and somebody is using financial manipulation, right? They'll make sure they spend all of your money or you spend all of your money so you don't have it. And they'll keep their money or save their money or won't tell you about their cash and just leave everything on you, whether they actually don't have money or whether they're pretending that they don't have the resources, whatever the case may be. The brunt of everything is put on you. um, so again, it's important that you guys do use discernment here, do use your intuition, which I would assume is screaming at you right now. So what I see right here with the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, I do see the number 10. 10 is a very stagnant period. As long as this person stays around, stays influencing you and all of that, you're not going to be able to move forward. Spirit literally wants you to learn how to cut these people off and remove them from your immediate life, right? So what I say when I say that, I mean remove them from a place where they can affect you, right? Somebody that you call every once in a while to see how they're doing, or somebody that you're friends with on social media, you the things that they do don't necessarily affect your life, right? You don't really care because you don't have a direct connection to them in such a way where if they make a bad move, it's going to hurt you. So you need to put this person in that position. You don't have to completely cut them off, but you guys have to do something. You guys have to make some changes and take your power back. But that is what has been going on in the first quarter of 2023. Somebody's just basically taking advantage of your humanity, humility. Spirit said you need to walk the hell away. I do feel like you guys might have helped somebody get out of some kind of toxic relationship as well. Um, so this could be a family, friend, whatever the case may be. You help them walk away. But they have codependency issues. So now they've attached themselves to you. They've attached their problems to you. They want you to fix everything. They have to learn how to be independent. All right. What's the final message, Spirit, for the first quarter 2023 for our Life Path 33s? You know what? I'll do it like this. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Lovers. I was thinking about the Lovers. I was also thinking about the Devil because of 6, but so 5 of Cups, the Lovers, and we have Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is representing an apology from me. 5 of Cups is grief or regret, and then the Lovers, of course, is kind of like a, right now it's giving me kind of like a soulmate connection. We all have multiple soulmates in life, right? I would tell y'all, like, my mom, my son, my husband, they're all soulmates in my life. They are my soulmates. You see how they're not all romantic soulmates? Sometimes we get the whole soulmate thing confused. Um, but you have multiple people, even animals, that are connected to you, connected from past lives, and connected in this life to help you move forward, to help you learn the things that you need to learn, to help you walk across that life path in the best way possible. And I do get this person is very emotional. They do want to do better. They do want to give you the things that you want in life, but they just don't have it. They just don't. They're not at the capacity. It's like asking a second grader, an average second grader, to solve an algebra equation. They don't have the skills yet to do that. A lot of times we want to love people, but if this person hasn't been taught how to love, then you're not going to teach them. We have to learn how to love, right? It starts in childhood, but if we have a really messed up childhood, then we got to get all over all of that shit first before we learn how to love correctly. And that's not going to be your responsibility. Those are just facts. It's not your responsibility to make sure that somebody is over their past trauma. Even if you are a psychologist, you are showing this person the way. You are asking them questions to enlighten them. You're not telling them what to do, right? So I do want to stress that for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and move on to this second quarter that we are in right now. Focus on the things you can control, regain your footing and confidence. I really feel like whoever this is, it kind of sets you back because it made you doubt some of your abilities. And so you have to get back on track. You guys are absolutely like special people. And I'm a firm believer everybody is special, but we're all special in a different way. So you guys need to learn what your special abilities are and then move forward in that with confidence. Okay, so the first card out is we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You guys have to stop ignoring that inner voice just because you feel bad about something, right? So you could feel bad that can't pay their rent, but that don't mean that you're supposed to let them move in with you or pay their rent for them. That's not. You can help provide resources. You could give them advice, but you don't need to personally take on the responsibility. I really feel like you guys have been doing that a lot, right? Because we have empathy here. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Empathy is a big one. Empathy to me is about being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. There is never anything wrong with that. However, over these next few months, you guys have to get back to you. So even though you may feel that empathy and you may feel that pull to like, oh my God, I want to fix this. Oh my God, I got to give them everything. You don't have it. You have been so drained over this first quarter that if you continue on this path in the second quarter, you won't have anything left, right? It's time for people to have empathy for you. You can see both sides of the situation. That's fine. But that doesn't mean you're supposed to go deep diving into it. Don't. Separate yourself from anything that drains your energy, right? Again, we are trying to get you back to this place where you are confident in your abilities, and you can't do that trying to fix something that is so broken it doesn't want to be fixed, right? I talked about that. I have a healing series on my other channel, Queen Spirit 1126, and I talk about being a healer and how just because you as a healer, right? Well, you're a teacher, but just because you as a healer attract broken people doesn't mean that all those people want to be healed, right? So just because you as a teacher are attracting people who need to learn, it doesn't mean that they want to. It doesn't mean that they're going to put the effort in to learn. A lot of people sit in manipulative energy, which is, you know, it's not good. You don't want to manipulate people. Death, I am learning that all endings are merely beginnings. Just for you, y'all. Just for you. Death is something that I almost feel like we're taught to fear death in a certain capacity. Um, even and I know I use Christianity as a example a lot of times because I was raised a Christian, even though I'm not one now. But I'm gonna say even in the Bible they say, hey, if you're God's child, then you'll never die. It don't matter if you're God's child or not, you're not gonna die. You're never gonna die. We all just keep coming back over and over again. Our soul lives on forever. And if there is some kind of like spiritual death, it'll be reborn. You'll be reborn as something else, okay? Maybe like completely wiped or whatever the case may be. But death honestly doesn't really exist, right? Even a plant that you see, if it dies, it goes back into the ground to like help the soil and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like the cycle of life is just that. It's a continuous life. It's continuing on a new path. But anyway, um death is something for you guys that you need to kind of see it in your life, and I want to say highlight it, but not in a way where it's the only thing that you're focused on, but make sure that you're paying attention to the deaths in your life, to the things that are ending and letting them go. You don't want to be holding on to rotten fruit, like the fruit is done, right? It's time for it to be something else, but you don't want to treat it like it's not a rotten fruit. You know what I'm saying? On to the next step, on to the next path. All right, let's pull some. I just saw the Six of Swords, so that's good. You guys need to move on emotionally from things that you cannot control. Be the authority in your own life. All right, so we're going to pick some plan cards here. Oh. Okay, we got Nine of Cups coming up in reverse. And I'm sorry, y'all. We saw the Nine of Pentacles earlier. Oh, shizzle. This is a mess. We're going to keep this. Let me pick these cards up. I think that's all of them. So we're going to keep this one on the bottom. This King of Pentacles. Okay. So you guys have been holding on to a lot. That's what the King of Pentacles definitely gives me. So we have Nine of Cups, Two of Swords, Four of Wands. Just looking at this, right, we have trust. The Nine of Cups is coming up in reverse. So that could be a little bit of overindulgence. So whoever you guys were dealing with, I don't know. No shade, guys, but I am getting Pisces energy right now. The Nine of Cups is Pisces energy. So yeah, but I'm before I made that connection, I was literally getting Pisces energy, because they can be in the most negative way, right? So South Node Pisces can be very codependent, kind of using, what's it called, crutches. You know what I'm saying? Like Pisces are very prone to addictions, just by nature. They are prone to addictions. So this is somebody who may be pulling you into like this overindulgent energy, having you doing things that you know you should not be doing. It's not worth the time or the stress or the energy. You know, it's we all want to enjoy our life, right? But not at the sacrifice of being able to handle things. Then we have empathy and the Two of Swords, which gives there are some things that you are not seeing how the empathy is hurting you, and is going to be illuminated over these next few months so that you could see. And definitely over here, I do get the celebration of death. So you guys need to appreciate endings, appreciate things that end, appreciate when people walk out of your life. You don't ever want to be in a place where you're not wanted, and you don't ever want to be around people who also who don't want to be around you, or who are going out of their way to use you. Okay, so we have the Chariot. Hey, so the Chariot is falling over trust. Okay, so you guys are getting over some overindulgent period of your life where you basically, whoever this is, and I'm not blaming them because you are responsible for yourself. And I'm telling you right now, you have to be responsible for yourself. But they allowed a lot of things, and they did a lot of things that were just kind of unsavory. And you need to take a look at them because they are not honest people. But the Chariot is about creating this balance in your life of light and dark, masculine, feminine, and overcoming things, right? The Chariot is about willpower. You guys may be overcoming, like, you guys may literally be overcoming some kind of addiction. Um, so I encourage you to keep overcoming, y'all. Let me just tell y'all that the end of this month, the end of March, will be 5 years since I had some alcohol. And yeah, 5 years, right? It was 2018. So, yeah, one day at a time. And honey, you can do it. And baby, I was a drinker, honey. I was a drinker. I was very depressed, and I had a lot of things going on in my life, and it's really not an excuse. It is not an excuse. Alcoholism is something that is passed down through the family. It absolutely is. It's just like any other generational curse. And so I'm just going to tell you that you can do it, is one day at a time. Do what you have to do to overcome that. When I stopped drinking, I kind of became a little bit addicted to soda. I'm not even gonna lie. When I wanted to drink, instead of having one, I would drink some soda. It would pack the punch that I needed. And although I drank a lot of it, and I probably gained like 5 or 10 pounds, it definitely helped with the cravings. It definitely did. So I'm gonna say, do whatever you gotta do. Anything that you have been attached to that's draining on your energy, that's slowing you down, that's causing multiple deaths in your life that you do not want, you guys have to get rid of it. It is on you. It is on you. It doesn't matter how it started, it is on you. So I guess the Six of Cups really fits here. Um, so the Six of Cups is memories, and I don't really get generational curses from it, but I am today. So you guys are reliving some kind of pain that maybe you didn't think was a big deal. Maybe there is something in your life that makes you cringe, and you really don't know why it gives the cringe factor, because it's just like a regular thing. But it's tied back to something in your childhood that you have not healed yet. So I do want you guys to focus on healing. Again, when you come up on triggers, that is your chance to heal those triggers and to make them non existent. Okay, there are only so many things that we can do in a life, and I definitely encourage you healing as many wounds as possible. All right, so we have the Four of Wands, and again, I said success. Um, Success is because of deaths. So the death of an addiction. The Hierophant here, if there is somebody in your life that does not support you doing better for yourself, you guys have to get away from them. You have to stop calling them, stop asking for their advice, stop being intertwined in their life because they don't have anything good for you. I definitely get that somebody is, they're just gonna try to swing you. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when I run into old people and I'm like, yeah, well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm vegan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna eat your meat or fucking drink any milk or eat cheese or anything like that. It's sick. I'm like, oh, well, what do? You don't drink, you don't smoke. Oh my god! Like, no, I don't. And why is that such a big deal to you? You know, I'm not one of them people that be like, hey, you really shouldn't eat meat. It's for the animal. It's they're live animals. I don't care. You know, I think factory farming is wrong, but it is something that is a part of our life. And I ate meat for so long. Who am I to tell somebody what to do? Also, the reason that I stopped was for spiritual reasons. It honestly wasn't for the animals. So it's a different vibe. But at the end of the day, people will have a problem with it just because I'm not doing what they're doing, or sometimes it's because spirit told them to put that shit down and they're still engaging. So they're like, oh no, I could never do this. I could never do that. Sure. All right. So I'm going to get you guys a final message with our runes. Okay. We got Berkana in reverse. So, Berkana means birch, fertility, birth, creation. In reverse, it is anxiety. It is rigid control. And normally, I would say that having control over, like being controlling, is a bad thing. But you guys need to move into this space where you are a little bit more controlling over the things that happen in your life, over the people in your life. Like you have to gain, okay, and keep control. There will be a time where you have to loosen up. Maybe it'll be next quarter. I do not know. But this quarter, you guys have to be very strict on yourselves, very hard on yourselves. And it's with the people that you allow in, and it's also with your codependencies. So, anything that you're addicted to, whether it be people or it's shopping or it's alcohol, drugs, if it's food, whatever the case may be, I want you guys to put a real focus on your codependencies, recognize them as a problem so that you can overcome them. Okay. So, yeah. This is I was, y'all. I was. Okay. This one, again, a lot of people associate it with death. And again, death is about transitions. And here I am getting life cycles. I'm getting that you guys are, there is a cycle in your life that is ending. And it fell right on the Six of Cups, which is about our past memories, childhood memories. So there's a cycle in your life that has something to do with your childhood that is ending, that is being removed. And the thing with cycles is that there's always a risk when we come to an end of the cycle that we could trip up and go right back into it. So I want you guys to be careful of that. Do not find yourself caught up in the same cycle that you have been trying so very hard to get out of. Please be careful. Please believe in yourself, okay? So the last one we have is Manaz. Okay, so Manaz means man, which normally when I see this, I really consider this room just practicality. Just practicality. It does represent morals, values, community relationships, things like that. But it's really a practical approach to life. If they how they say, if something seems too good to be true, it is. Usually the simplest answer is the right answer. Don't overthink things. Don't overthink it. Be honest with yourself and be honest about the ways that things will affect you and also those around you. And I'm talking about the people that you actually support. But I just want to reiterate, right, that this is absolutely about you. You guys need to focus on you. You don't have time to put other people first because you don't have the energy. You started the year like that, and you need to end that right now before we go any further. Okay, so that's really all I have for. Look, I flipped this over. I'm just gonna show you guys courage. You could do this. That's all I have for my Master Life Path 33s, Life Path 6s. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, leave your comments below. I love reading your experiences, guys. And as per usual, happiness is always the goal. I'll see you next time.